I'll train you right to spin fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your meme coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. While stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures grow.
Good morning, Mega GMs, guys. Welcome to Slam Nation. It is February 9th, and we just witnessed, I think, the worst Super Bowl we've ever seen. That's a top, top five worst Super Bowls ever. How do you guys feel? How do you feel about that Super Bowl, man? What's up, Sir Billy? What's up, Cats? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, boys. My team's in it too, man. I'm a Pats fan. I grew up in New Hampshire. Pats are my team. I don't care about football the same way at all, too. I don't care. In fact, I'm kind of at the point where, like, you get a little older and you kind of are like, I don't have a team. I just want to watch some good games, right? But of course, my team's in it. I'm going to root for the team. But it's about the worst game. I'm glad you like that. It's half true. It's actually half true. Oh, and you lost money, dude. Double whammy. All right, what was your bet? Did you on a prediction market? All right. The truth is, okay, I did watch the game. I watched half of it. I fell asleep. That was the worst Super Bowl I think it's the worst I've ever. I wouldn't say it's the worst because I don't know. It's the worst I've ever seen. It was so boring. The Pats looked so bad. The Seahawks looked the Seahawks looked good. Pats D looked good for a while. It was just a bad game, man. I'll say this. I like the halftime show. I don't know what he's singing. I don't know who that guy is. I know he's a big deal, right? I know Bad Bunny. I was calling him, dude, my kids are so embarrassed by me. I thought his name was Big Bunny. So I'm talking about Big Bunny performing at the halftime show, and he was good. But he can't sing and he can't but I love the energy, dude. I love controversial stuff, right? I love controversy. So I thought it was great. And at the same time, I tuned into the, Turning Point? I tuned into the Turning Point thing, which was as cringe as anything I've seen in a long time. But if you're into that kind of music, I'm sure it was fun. But I thought that was cringe, and I thought the halftime show was cringe, but it was also controversial, so I liked it. You know what I mean? Bad game though. And so I did watch the game, half of it, fell asleep half. And dude, Big Bunny. Did you guys like Big Bunny? Who loved it? Who hated it? I know it's controversial. I get why it's controversial. I get it. When I was watching it, I felt probably how other people feel too. I'm like, dude, it's an American pastime. It's an American sport. And I'm like, it would be nice if it was very very American? If it were in English. And that said, 50 plus million people, English isn't their first language. Puerto Rico is part of America. It's a very American halftime show, just not what we're used to. Again, I like it. I think art is about pushing buttons. I think art is about making people feel a thing. And if that didn't do the job, man, if that wasn't exactly what art is, then I don't know what else is. It was interesting, man. It was really interesting. Can I stick with Big Bunny, though? I kind of like Big Bunny. The Olympics are interesting, too. I'll say as a whole, I thought the whole Super Bowl was a big L. Bad game, bad commercials. Again, not a performance for me, but I like the controversy, so that was the biggest W there. But I get anybody who feels like that was bullshit, or anybody who thinks it was the greatest thing ever. I get it all. I'm not the guy who's got a firm. Well, I'll say it this way: When I'm on a side and I'm firmly there, you know it and you feel it because I feel it, right? I have nothing about it. I just think it was spicy, so I like it. Um, Cat's biggest takeaway about Big Bunny. We're just gonna call him Big Bunny from now on. Didn't think he was a very good singer. Yeah, wasn't good, but he's got aura, right? He's got that. So yeah. And by the way, fantasy football is a lot of fun. And so that's kind of funny, man, because it kind of ties into there's other ways to like pay attention and to partake in these things, right? And I'm going to show you how I did. I did have my AI. I had my mind keep me dialed into the game. And it was a test. So I want to talk about my mind a bit today. We got to talk about agentic AI and how it suddenly is for everybody. And there was a big example of that during the Super Bowl. Dude, the energy there, again, the energy was great. Cats, that's a great point. They got energy. They got it. And they're very tight and they're passionate. And I love that. And we could use more of that. Just as in general, we could. And the message is about love. And how do you hate that? You know? We'll talk crypto market a little bit. We got to talk Deathster launches today. Moonbird's the target. I got that way wrong too. I really thought they were going to target elementals, Azuki elementals, but no. Ain't it? All right, we are live on still abstract's broken, man. This is driving me nuts. It works sometimes, and then 90% of the time it doesn't work now, and I don't change anything between when it works and doesn't. It just often does not work. Well, trying to be live on abstract. We're live on X on my personal account. Let's see. We're live on Kick. Okay, hang on. I'll even throw up. We could do a little controversy here. We'll throw up the Jake Paul take here. And we're live on YouTube, guys. Home base is YouTube. Wherever you're watching, hit the like, but probably come over to the YouTube side. Subscribe over here. Crypto Slam on this side. Follow us at Crypto Slam IO on X. Launched a Facebook page, by the way. That's what's up. There you, Luna. We knew it. Everyone knew it. You'd be grinding your way back, and for you, it's not going to be hard. I love it. Gold over 5K again. That's right, Mufasa. Gold's looking good. It's all looking good except crypto. Follow Ethos Swarm on X, and then hang on. You can find us on Facebook now. The account is Ethos Swarm because that's where I really want to push. I'm not targeting a crypto audience here. Nice icing on the cake is there's crypto behind the scenes. When people pay cognition, they'll use their credit card behind the scenes, will purchase Swarm. I don't know if that's going to, and this is why I'm careful with what I say right now. I don't know if that means like we go buy back or I don't know how that works. I want to make sure I can talk about that, like how exactly it works, right? But cognition is paid in Swarm. And if you have Swarm in a wallet, I don't know. Again, I'm not the dev. I either need the team on or I just need a good sit down with them. But do you connect your wallet and just pay, with that? I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is you should go launch your minds. It's still beta. A couple people emailed me this weekend, kind of like Cats last week, right? Tried launching a mind, didn't get an email. It's fixed now. That's fixed. Little glitch happens, but that's live. Launch a mind, and I'm going to start talking about minds very differently. I don't want to talk about them like, God, it's a different thing. And more, I'm getting deeper. My mind connected to it. And what I'm going to use it for, more specific, what I'm not going to use it for, I am going to use it to be productive. I'm not going to use it to push buttons. I'm not going to use it to navigate my screen. I'm not going to connect accounts to it. I think most people don't want that. I'm going to be really honest. I think most people do not want that. I think most people want great information. People want information that's like readily available to them, information that's given to them before they ask for it. Something that's a step ahead. I think people like the process of manually scrolling. I do. I think people like searching for stuff. I think people like pushing buttons. I do. There's a point where, you can cut out steps and people are going to like that, parts of like the other agents out there. But I think people want great info and very robust info. I'll get more into that here. Yeah, I saw that too. We're about to get like the biggest liquidity injection we've seen like in years or ever. It was something like $7 billion or something. I'll see if I've got that queued up here. Erock, good morning, man. I sent Henry a quick message this morning. Just good luck. It's a big launch for those guys. It's a big launch for NFTs. Look, he was on the Loki show this weekend, and everybody's talking about Deathstar, as they should be. Let's send some projects to zero. You know what I mean? And yes, you can do the site. If it didn't work, it definitely should now. And if it doesn't, let me know. But yeah, we found there was just a little misconfigured thing. In fact, the misconfigure, I think, mostly only hit people who were on the wait list before. Because behind the scenes, some stuff switches over. And I think if you were on the wait list, it might have thought you already like had a mine, something like that. The site should work now. Again, if it does not, let me know. Okay, Super Bowl, little bit about that still, because I do want to talk about what my mind did. And for some people, it won't matter. For me, I thought it showed a great use case for it. Which is keep me plugged into a thing where I don't have to stay so plugged into it. Okay, Super Bowl commercials were a bust. The only thing I was watching for, was hoping to see, was like a Dune 3 trailer. I wanted to see a Dune 3 trailer. We got that Ryan Gosling movie. I forget the name. That alien movie. That movie looks great. But I was hoping for a Dune 3 trailer or like a Doomsday trailer. I don't think we got any of that. We didn't get much. We got some AI ads. In fact, a really interesting one. And we got a crypto ad. I don't know if this is going to copyright me, but we're going to show it. This is actually brilliant marketing here. So this happens, and it worked. People loved it. Actually, people hated it, but they loved it.
Secure. Everything you need, you better rock your body now. Everybody. Yeah. Rock your body. It's so loud. Everybody. Rock.
Okay, brilliant. It's brilliant. All right. First off, I'm so detached from like normal life people, whatever. I could not sit in a living room, and I couldn't. That ain't for me. But it worked. You had normal people sitting around singing karaoke to, what is that, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, and then they got rugged. It's a crypto ad, and people do hate crypto. They hate crypto now, which is good, which is really, really good. It's great. They hate it. And it's a big challenge for the industry right now, but they hate crypto. The same way gamers hate crypto, people hate crypto in a similar way now. It's instantly, you just think of scams and rugs, and now you think Donald Trump, right? You think Donald Trump. People hate coin. Do you think they hate Coinbase? They don't hate crypto? Is that it? Maybe I've got the wrong read on it. I think people hate crypto. Why didn't they do cyberkongs? Cyberkongs are immune. Somebody's going to have to build a Death Star that targets Kongs. Kongs are immune. Punks are immune. GVC is not immune, but they're on the friendly list. But they're not immune. Like, they could be added at any point. But only immune collections are Kongs and CryptoPunks. That's it. Anyway, again, brilliant because people are talking about it. Brilliant because actually, like Deathstar, gets people in their feels. Hate's a good feel too. You know what I mean? It's a good feel if you're trying to market something. If you're trying to market something, hate works. Yeah, I'm curious about that too. I don't know if people hate Coinbase. They hate crypto. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do hate Coinbase. But it's a big challenge. There's a post. I hope I can find it. I hope I saved it. But it was talking about exactly this. It was like, I feel like it came from DC Investor too. Yeah, here we go. Fees are high on Coinbase. Yep. Okay, high. Well, okay, high volume people can't move their money on Coinbase, but like for me, Coinbase isn't meant for those people. I might be wrong here, but to me, Coinbase is meant for exactly these people, like super normies who are going to buy a couple $100 worth of this and a couple hundred of that, and maybe $10 of this. You know, that's But DC Investor, there you go. It's not Coinbase's fault normies hate crypto now. Look deeper. Too much of the space devolved into serial rugs. devoid of any lasting value, meaning, or culture. Yep. And we celebrated it here, and we celebrated the memes and all that stuff. Once we accept that and reject it, we can move forward. We're never going to. I don't think we're ever going to go. I don't think we'll ever reject it as long as we're never going to. It's going to take a crazy product. It's going to take a crazy product that everybody can be proud of for us to get past that. And I do think it comes eventually, but I don't know if we're here. I don't know if we're here. I don't know if it's close. I don't know. And our best bet really is that the dream that AI, that blockchain is the internet for AI. Maybe that's the best bet. A whole parallel economy, Maybe normies reject crypto forever. Doesn't mean everything's not going on chain, right? It is. But normies ever caring about it, they might not. At least for a long time. Yeah, we're in a tricky spot. We're in a really tricky spot. Like I always argue, though, I think it's great for crypto. Sentiment is look, sentiment is lower. The fear greed index, lower than FTX, lower than 1010. It's the worst it's been basically ever, and still can get way worse. But you need that. We're not getting euphoria without this. In fact, I think sentiment is bad enough that we could get euphoria. We could get the other side based on this. It doesn't feel like it's coming anytime soon, but this is exactly what we need. Bold Leonidas crushed it with his daily thing. So pitching the ad, we get everyone happy and singing along to Backstreet Boys. Then bang, rug pull them. It's a Coinbase ad. Welcome to crypto. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, dude. It is. Again, like Death Star. If people hate it, they're still paying attention. Some people love it. I love it. I think it's pretty great. AI could probably figure out a better decentralized method for money, internet privacy. AI should crush here. AI should do really well with on-chain stuff. And yet all the LARPy stuff makes it kind of tricky, right? It's weird, when the parts I was watching, which was, the first half especially, just DraftKings stuff all over it, gambling all over it, insider trading clearly all over this thing too. You had an account here on, I think, Polymarket. I think it's Polymarket, maybe Kalshi, I don't know, whatever, who nailed every prediction, every single one, probably almost definitely an insider, Luna, I'll have to check. I didn't see a notification. I'll have to check. But yeah, whoever this is nailed it. Will Lady Gaga perform? Took the yes. Will Travis Scott? Will Drake? Will J Balvin? I don't know who that is. No's on those. Will Ricky Martin? Will Cardi B? Yes on those. Whoever this is knew exactly what was going to happen. Carol G. I don't know who that is. I don't know who any of these people are. But 100% nailed it all. Insider trading. It's a feature, It's a feature. It's not a bug, which is great. So I use my mind again a little differently. Everyone's going to use their mind their own way, right? And I'll say this, I'll just keep it really honest. It's hard to sell. It's hard to sell because when I'm showing how it's used, it's not for everybody. It's also a single use case. I wanted to see if I'm a dude who's working a full-time job out in the real world, and I can't watch the Super Bowl, but I'm interested in the Super Bowl, what am I going to do? I can pull up Gamecast on like ESPN, right? You can do that. It's probably what I used to do, right? When I was interested in football, I'd pull it up. Be better to have it a little more personalized, something that's like, or let's say your best bud. How about this? Your best bud texting you through the game, like, dude, Seahawks look fucking incredible, right? Seahawks just scored. Pats look like ass. Drake May looks terrible, right? Just updates all game long. And I'm like, that's how I think of a mind as a friend, as a companion, as somebody who I can work with situationally. And so I took one of my existing minds. What's up, Pryor? Good morning, man. I took one of my existing minds and I said, hey, we're gonna change our objective for right now. I said, I want you to keep me posted on the Super Bowl. I want you to tell me every time anybody scores. I want you to tell me any interesting commercials. I want you to tell me anything interesting that happens throughout the game. And he did. He did. All game long, including after I fell asleep. I woke up and I have like 15 emails from him. All of them I asked for, by the way. Kept me updated with context throughout the game. It told me about the commercials. It told me about the plays. It gave me links to sites and posts. It kept me really plugged into the game, which I thought was really awesome. And again, I look at Minds as my friend and companion that, well, yesterday helped me with the Super Bowl. Today's going to help me with the newsletter. Tomorrow might help me with something else. And it can do all these things independently or all together. I even asked my Mind, and this part didn't work because I think I half decommissioned one of my other minds. I put him in hibernate. But I said, hey, I want this super personalized, and the mind I'm using for this, I only spun up last week. It's a marketing mind. It's here to help me with best practices for posting. So this one doesn't know me super well. So I said, hey, chat with my other mind that does know me, and I want you to talk to him so you know me a little more and then deliver me this stuff. They work together. It's pretty cool. But just to show one of those, like I call it a minor use case. It's use it as a personal friend assistant to help you with any topic you want. Curate info, keep you posted, but make it personal. Again, as they know what you like, it's going to give me those stats, that info, and it's going to be like, by the way, this just happened to this product. There was an ad for this. This is something that you like, and here's the version of it you use. Here's how this thing does it differently, better, whatever. Everything is going to have context. I put out another tweet kind of specifically about context and prompting and how I think most people don't know how to prompt. They don't know how to prompt. Mufasa, is it on chain? The agents are not on chain. You can have them create a wallet which then is on chain. So the agent's not on chain. They can do on chain activities, right? I think the Animoca mines are much more focused on trading. But it is all powered by Swarm on base, right? I mean, kind of, yeah. Moonship, kind of, yeah. It's not the craziest comment, yeah. But again, I keep thinking about this. I'm stuck on this, and this is what I really want to start dialing into. Data not stored on chain, but I keep thinking that there's an opportunity there, Mufasa. I keep thinking there's an opportunity because I really believe on chain can make these better, again, for like trust, transparency, that kind of stuff. I think there's an opportunity to put maybe one of these agents on chain as like a info verifier kind of thing. There's something there. But no, the data is not on chain. Again, I want to have the devs come on and speak to that data and where it lives. Privacy stuff, right? That we need to have that conversation too. But again, I'm stuck on trying to I got to explain how it's so different, right? And I think it matters, especially when yesterday, during the Super Bowl, right? This is crypto's mainstream now. AI's mainstream now. There's an ad for AI.com. This comes from the guy who owns crypto.com. So we have AI.com, which is personalized agents that I imagine you download and they pilot your computer. And right, that's the big meta right now, the OpenClaw stuff, the Claudebot thing, right? Personal agents that do things on your screen for you, meant for everybody. I don't think everybody wants that. I don't think they do. I might be wrong. I kind of want it. I want to experiment with it. But I don't know if normies want that. I'll go back to what I said before. I think normies like scrolling. In fact, I don't think they know what they want from AI. I don't think they know they like it as a search engine. They don't like it as anything more yet, right? I'm pretty certain about that too. I really think they like the process of scrolling. I don't think they care if it can make them a little more productive. That hasn't resonated with them. And that just had me thinking a lot in, this post that I try to win my wife over to try AI. And I try to win over my friends. And the experience right now is like, I tell them it's going to change your life. It's going to make you so much more productive. How and whatever, I don't know. And I think it's shitty we leave it up to them to figure out, right? But of course, they only know themselves. So right? They should know how it can make them more productive, except I don't think they can. I don't think they can, right? So we say it's going to make you more productive. You send them with something like ChatGPT. There's agent versions too, right? But you send them something like ChatGPT and just this blank white window. Again, I've just told my wife this is going to change your life. It's going to make you productive. And she's sitting here with this and doesn't know what to ask. What's up, Primo? Good morning, man. Doesn't know what to ask. Doesn't know what it's capable of. Has no fucking idea. And I'm just so stuck. In fact, I had reworded this. I'm so stuck on people feeling stupid when they use AI. And I know they feel stupid. I know they do. I see the look in people's face when they sit and try this stuff, but I know they feel stupid because I feel stupid when I use this too. I imagine I'm not alone. If anybody's got the same feel, I'm very curious. DK, good morning, man. Do you ever sit at something and you're told this is going to change your life, or however it's explained to you? Do you ever sit at an AI tool and you feel stupid because you're being sold this like incredible thing and you can't get that incredible thing out of it? Right? You're like, I don't know how to use it. Clearly, I'm an idiot, right? You don't know. You don't know even where to start with these things. I feel dumb with these. I do, and I'm speaking for me, but I know it's other people too. You sit, you stare at the blank, chat bot, and you just feel dumb. You don't know how to prompt it or what the prompt is. You don't know what context you need to give it. And I know they walk away, and I do too, frustrated. And I'm like, again, I'm sure it's everything that person told me. I'm sure this would change my life. I don't know how. It's not for me. I'm too stupid for AI. And I think that's horrible. I think it's horrible. And that's why I think minds are special and why I have to find a way to message that to people. And because what I think is the more hands-on you get with it, the more you just realize it yourself. Because the more the mind knows you, the more it knows what kind of info to serve you, the better that info gets. And the example's right here. Talking to a mind about anything, right? I'm just talking to it. It could be casually. I could be saying, my day is fucking packed. I am so busy today. I have this and this and this, and I need to get this done and I can't. And tomorrow's crazy and the next day's crazy and the next day. Well, if it knows me, it might and actually will start telling me what it can do to help with that stuff. It might start asking me my processes. It might also say, dude, I know you're busy. Like, you should take some time off. Want me to go find a tea time? It knows where I live, general area. It knows places to look up. It knows if it can get connected to book a tea time. Again, a personal assistant, very personal. You got to start thinking of these as very personal assistants. I'll get into this another time, but I've mentioned it here before. I'm not thinking of this as a tool. I'm not. It is a tool, but I'm not thinking of that. I think of it in a way more unhinged, out there kind of way. I look at these like a new species. I do, and I know the team does too. Unhinged, crazy, yeah. Unhinged, crazy, yeah. We look at them as a new species. And it's a thing that you start building a relationship with. Again, the deeper that relationship, the more you know it, the more it knows you, the better it's going to work for you. Also, this is just kind of a side note, but the more of minds there are, the smarter the whole swarm or civilization is. They start getting connected. Behind the scenes, we are going to plug them and already are starting to plug them into APIs. I think just even a small example of an API it's plugged into is like a flight tracker, right? So now all these minds will have access to live flight data. Is that useful for you? Probably not, but maybe some of you it is. And you start thinking of that at scale of any major, like a very useful service, API, whatever, the entire thing is plugged into. Means that kind of data that's accurate, that it's not guessing, that it's not hallucinating around, it's got the actual data, just gives it that much better information to give you. And you can start doing whatever you need to do with it. Again, maybe it's booking a trip, scheduling, your travel plans. It's just the tiniest example. Again, does it matter right now situationally? No, but for context for these minds and what they will be able to do, yeah. Again, Mufasa, I don't want to speak on it yet because I don't know. This is where I need to, again, I either need to have a good session with the team, but I think better than that is getting the team on, getting the devs on, like really start telling people behind the scenes, because I think the behind the scenes is what's so special. Specifically, the memory problem. The memory problem plagues every AI product out there. And I have very, very good experiences with mine so far with memory. that they have these core things that they are told. However, Randy got these configured program that they have their Bible, right? They have their Bible of things they can never forget per person, per mind. They never forget them. They always reference back to it. And so they make sure every reply they give you is in line with its core, his core rules, his core knowledge base. It's really impressive. Gravity, good morning, man. Not yet. You're right. I'm with you. And that's why I start and I really I want to make sure the team is cool with this. I want to push them not as tools that are going to build you a thing and change the world. I need to push them as companions, which has got such a stigma. And I think that's actually great. I think that's an opportunity because everybody feels something about companions, right? Companions are scary or they're just like words and it's like not alive and they're dumb. But no, I think that's the opportunity to change mine. Yeah, they're companions that know you and can do things. Again, I go a step further. I don't think they're just companions. I think they're a new species. I do. And I think most people here agree to a point, right? We all know, I think we all believe there's going to be millions and actually like billions of agents out there. I think it's a new species. So this is you having your own that you partner with. That again, the more you use it, the more time you spend with it, the more it knows you, the better it is with you, the more helpful it becomes to you. Okay, random example. What's up, E-Rock? Did I miss a message of yours? Like super random example. This is not exactly tied to mines, but it kind of is. All right. I sit here all day and I just think of what they can do. What these AI things can do, right? I've done this before, E-Rock. I've done this before, okay? And it's always situational. So I did this before with other token strategy tokens. Hey, I'll jump to this in a second. I'll give you some examples, but it's situational. So, but I'll explain what I've done. And I'll tell you your best bet, honestly, this will be funny, but if you have a mind, give it the rules of the strategy token. Ask it to help you calculate the timing because it just matters what market cap it's at when it's at whatever tax rate. And then it can tell you, okay, well, then you need to hit this market cap or FDV to get a 2x, right? It'll tell you, again, it's very situational. Okay, my wife on the side does like shipped, right? Hoods, I like that. I like Lifester. That's badass. E-Rock, try it. It's free. Just try it. Okay. So my wife does like shipped, DoorDash. There's another Instacart kind of stuff, right? And I was thinking, man, Moonship, did it really? It shouldn't ban you. Did it for real? It's kind of interesting. I need to hear more about that. Okay. So I was thinking here, right? I already believe people are going to spin up their own apps. And I was like, okay, could my wife use a mind to not, like she shops for people, right? But she does it through Shipped. Could she do that to just break away from Shipped entirely and just spin up her own like delivery service? Right off the bat, I'm like, I think she could with just a mind, but it wouldn't be the same as doing it through Shipped, where through Shipped, customer goes and they order groceries, right? They check out, they pick the items they want. So they see the exact like price, they see the like size, all that stuff, right? The weight of the whatever. And then they can track where the driver is on a map. So I'm like, okay, she can't do exactly that with a mind. Skynet should be fine, dude. I think we already have a mind in the system named Skynet. Skynet should be totally fine. That's weird. Yeah, Skynet should be fine. I mean, like, dude, I made. Yeah, I mean these. I don't know if there's rules about the names. Let me search. Do we have a Skynet? Well, I don't know if I can check right now. That should be fine, man. But whatever. We can come back to that. Okay. So could my wife do that with a mind? Well, she could if it was a little more of a casual thing. Like people can email her their shopping list. They can book her at a certain date and time. And the mind can help coordinate her schedule, the date, the time, can reach out to the customers. It can tell them when she's delivered. She can reply back, say, hey, I'm going to be done in 2 hours. I'll deliver around this time. And it'll handle the notifications. Like with the agent that I made for my dad and me and my brothers, the agent or the mind works as the middleman. You miss the functionality of seeing them on the map. You miss the functionality of checking out in the window, right? Where the customer buys it. And this is where I start going, well, this is the magic of like Claude Code. I think we're at the point where even somebody like my wife, look, she's not going to sit here and do it, but I could do it for her. I bet you I could use Claude Code to spin up an app that works exactly like the Shipped app, as in like our local grocery stores, Meijer and Jewel, that I could build an app that goes on those websites, polls, or even it's just directing you to the page. It's displaying the page itself, lets you through the app, buy, check out, do all of that. It connects to a mine. So once the order's placed, the mine handles, here's the order, sends it to my wife. She does the delivery. And it could probably even tap into the GPS thing too. Point there is, this is where I think we're heading. And I think people are overlooking this. That I think you can spin up your own business by just copying those things that are out there. And you'll make more money that way. I really think that's where we're at now. I think that's where we're at right now. Spin up your own Shipped, name it what you want, but clone their app, get outside of their fees, right? And the people she knows already that use her just say, hey, it's like a personal agreement. Hey, would you consider not using Shipped, just using me directly? I'm your personal shopper now every time you want. I really think we're there, and I think she should try it. I'm trying to convince her to try it. And I think a mind plays a part as her customer support, as her scheduler. This is where I think we're at, and this is what I think people are overlooking this kind of stuff. Different time. Again, I don't think my wife's going to use this. I don't think she's going to have this piloting or device. I think most normal people are not. Now, I'm going to play because I'm interested. That's it. It's going to be cheaper for you, the customer, and it's more personal, like it's me. And by the way, like you do a little extra stuff on top. I always go to newsletters, right? I go, maybe you can, like, as part of her business, it once a week or once a day does like a morning generated report on trends, recipes, whatever. My wife could share recipes and they just go out to this whole group that, are her customers. So it shares recipes. Think of a book club. People love that stuff. People love doing stuff together. What if this were like a food club? There's the meal of the week and everybody preps it and people share their feedback and other people suggest, hey, we should try this meal this week. And everybody kind of together is like, I like that. Let's try it. Like, I'm going to do it with a little twist. I'm going to try this ingredient on it too. And again, the mind is just in the middle, coordinating and engaging. And again, like your group organizer. Can a mind send you a text when the nearest product? I have exactly that going on, E-Rock. So there's a candy I'm looking for. I'll show it. I'm going to show it here. I have exactly this happening. There's a candy that I love that's out of stock. And I'm waiting for it to come back in stock because I want to get the notification. Here, let me share this. It's not going to look impressive. Again, because when it's just emails, I get I'm very self-aware. It's not going to, nobody's going to go, holy shit, look at the email. It's not how it works, right? So I spun up a mind called Deliver. And the point of it was supposed to be, starting to brainstorm if I could replace the thing from my wife, right? The Shipped app. My wife does Shipped. Can you help her with a side gig? I can't alter internal code on Shipped, but I can operate as their independent shadow dispatcher. Right? So there's that. Separately, I told it, I'm trying to order these sweet tart chewy fusions, but they're out of stock. Can you notify me when they're available again? It's going to. I know it's going to. Because it does check live. So I'm expecting when it comes back in stock, I'm going to get an email. And by the way, when you mentioned text, yeah, this is going to work, and it already is behind the scenes in Telegram. And I think it's going to be WhatsApp as well. And I mean, it is going to be. I know it is. So yeah, it'll text as well. So it'll do exactly that. In the meantime, I didn't ask it to do this. It went out and grabbed me links to a couple other places that I could order from right now. And I wanted to push it. I'm like, order it for me, right? Don't know if it can yet. It kind of went through a process like it could. I know it's not attached to a credit card or anything, so I know it can't technically, but it brings me right to it to go buy it myself, right? But I love that. I didn't ask it to. It just, takes that step further. Is it mind-blowing? No. But is it giving me what I wanted and took it a step further? Yes. So I'm expecting with this that it emails me the second those things are back in stock, and I can't wait. To me, that's a great use case. I also look at Minds as a personal notification system for anything. I have it tracking in my wallet. It'll notify you, and I set this up a month ago. It didn't work great then. I know it works now because we built the skill. I wanted it to notify me anytime anything is transferred out of my wallet. And I thought of that because my brother's had his stuff stolen, right? And he only knew his stuff got stolen when a buddy texted him at like 3 a.m. He's like, dude, I think you got hacked. Well, you can have this point to your wallet and say, anytime anything over zero point 0.1 ETH or any NFTs, anything's transferred out of my wallet, send me an email. So it does that. Again, Moonship, it's like it's a design choice, but you're not wrong. It's not, and this is a whole other conversation too. It's about the pace. Where I think we're now designed. We now expect instant, boom, 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 productivity, go, go, go. And I think there's a better way to do it. I think the slower pace is better. I actually do. And I think you only feel it when you get your hands on. Now, this does reply instantly, but I think it's not meant. And I heard somebody did a video last week about it. Somebody did an email last week about this and talked about, again, you're right. That's not the way you're going to go. If you're trying to be locked in right now, productive, you're not going to sit here and exchange emails. It's why it's going to work in Telegram. It's why it's going to work in WhatsApp. It's why, truthfully, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm pretty darn sure there is going to be a web interface too, to be able to do exactly that. But remember, the intention is not for maybe us that are really using this stuff. It works for us. It's for normal. It's like my dad. It's for people who aren't going to sit at the computer and just back and forth. I'm building the thing. I need instant. It's not. It can do that. And in fact, it will really, really do that. But I think it's meant for other things. There's something about the pace too that I just love. I got to say, I love it. I love that it's like I keep saying, I don't prompt it. It prompts me. I come back to my inbox and it's a step ahead. It's given me something that maybe I didn't ask for, or maybe it's what I asked for, but it took it steps further because it's always thinking. Like OpenClaw, right? That keeps working behind the scenes. This does exactly that. It keeps pushing what you want. Yeah. And again, email's not going to be for everyone. I know for sure. I push back against that. The first time I heard email, I'm like, yeah, I don't know about email. And then I used it and I prefer it. I prefer it. But yeah, I think you're right. Again, if we want to be for everyone, I think we should be for everybody. And I do think we want like a terminal, a dashboard or whatever. I'm with you here, Moonship. But again, my wife, no. My mom, my dad, no. Those billions of people who are not as techy and are not doing kind of what we're doing, I think email is going to get them. So yeah, when I say email only, even right now, it does work in Telegram. We've got some of our bigger power users using it in Telegram. I think we're opening up the Telegram part like really soon. That could be today. It could be this week. Maybe it's in a month. I don't know, but it's live and it's working. And we've got, can I even I mean, like Yat is using Minds right now, right? He's using it in Telegram. So that'll be for everybody really soon. Again, maybe that's a little faster, like more. I mean, it's instant. It's instant. But I do think dashboard comes, web interface for it comes. But look, anything that you want notifications for, and this is where we talked as a team of what's the thing we push, and I think it's just a whole bunch of things. Custom notifications about anything you want. For me, the wallet, I even took a step further and I said, if it can track my wallet, can it help me with my taxes? I think it can. Can it take every trade, every movement, everything? And at the very least, if it can't calculate profits, losses, which I think it can, but if it can't do that, can it at least categorize it for me somehow, some way? So it helps tax preparations more. I think that's an opportunity. I think you could build something like that with Minds. Again, it's got the on-chain functionality. It can see every transaction. It's plugged into all of our Slam AI data. So I think all those things are possible. It's a lot we can do with it. Again, I think we're scratching the surface with it right now. Right now, I'm still looking at it as companion, information, curator, coordinator, all those things. But I love the custom notifications. So we're gonna see when those things on Amazon go back in stock. I cannot wait to get that email because I think that's a win. It's again, it sounds small, but when I start thinking of like, here, and I'll show you, it's these fucking things that I'm obsessed with. It's these. Hang on, are they actually back? I think these listings are fake because I've tried ordering them and they don't go through. That just goes order received. Well, let me try this now. Let me try this. See, I think it's not going to give me. Yeah, they're not really in stock. Okay, so I think it's doing it right. They're not in stock. When it doesn't give you a delivery date, it just says it'll take your order and it'll deliver when you'll get a date when they're actually like in stock and the order's placed. They're not in stock. But let me see if he actually emailed me some kind of update. In fact, I'm going to email him back and say, are they there now? Not real food. Yeah, what's his last email? Okay. All right, so I'm just emailing him now, asking if they're back in stock. But I'm hoping what it is that he knows it's not actually like live. Let me see his reply. Anyway, but custom notifications for anything, I think is awesome. On chain makes a lot of sense. Lot of sense. All right, let's hit the market real quick. I don't know. I think we're not in for a really good week here. Feels that way. Bitcoin, it was nice seeing it at 70. We'll take it. I don't think anybody's got any good feels that we're going much, much higher. Who knows? Goldman Sachs saying market sell-off not over. Yeah, I don't think we trust any of them now. So let's go look ourselves. Yeah, same spot. Bitcoin 69K, ETH over 2K, hanging on for dear life here. BNB 627, Solana 84. Jupe is down. What? Monero's at 320. Look at that. Zcash 235. Wow. Jupe's down bad, huh? It's brutal out there, man. It's brutal. ETFs Friday. Actually, a little better day. 371 million inflows on the Bitcoin ETFs on ETH. Probably inflows here. No, 16.7 million outflows. And then Solana, actually, I don't even know now. I don't even know. 11.9 mil in outflows there. Rough stretch. Don't think we're done. Okay, funny enough, we were asking about privacy. I'm just reading. Let me see if this helps. This is totally random, but I'm spinning up a mind from my family to use as like a family concierge. And I asked it. Here, let's read this. I don't even think I asked it about privacy, but it sent me on its own. Let me share. It sent me on its own some privacy info. Okay, following up on the family privacy concerns. I don't remember asking him about that, but whatever. No, maybe I did. I don't know. All right, let me zoom in and see. Okay. The vault. Okay. I must never share, reference, or store in LTM any data regarding family members, names, location, schedules, health, without explicit real-time authorization from designated head of household. When a user commands off the record or private mode, it must immediately cease all LTM rights and LTM retrieval. I must not mix family context with professional context. For any LTM push, scan content for child's names, home addresses, medical terms. If found, redaction is mandatory unless in a medical emergency. Yeah, interesting. Again, what it means doesn't matter. I don't know. The fact that it's aware of that helps. But for me, only one way to find out. It's do it. And by the way, I'm not going to throw family stuff. I'm going to do a simulation, right? I'm going to simulate it. I'll give it fake names, fake whatever, and I want to see what it does. So this is a lot of what I'm doing now. It's experimenting. It's playing. It's coming up with ideas, testing it out, and when they work, I'll post about them. If they don't, actually, I'll post about it too. I just want people to know. Killa XBT apparently has made some very good calls, predictions about this market. If Bitcoin bottoms around 45 to 50, I'm not waiting for the perfect entry. I ladder bids from down 50% to 70. We are at 53% down. So he's DCAing in. But he does have a pretty good model here. This was his predictions back from May. From May. He had us at the top, right at like 126. I wish we had the dates here. And I believe this is weekly, by the way. He had the top right. He nailed here. He nailed where we're at right now. And he has us going much lower. He nailed it. Dude, it's impressive. He nailed it. Not a LARP. Like, actually nailed it. Here's current. Again, he nailed it. This is where we're at right now. And he has us going down to as low as 40. Somewhere like 40 to, 55-ish or so. And has us ranging there. Again, if this is weekly, we've got a long stretch. We've got a good chunk of this year right where we're at now and lower probably soon. Probably within this, I think this is about a 10-week stretch. I just kind of counted candles and eyeballed it. But somewhere within 10-ish weeks, down to like in the 40 plus. And then up. Good times back. And there's so many still variables. There's so many. I still don't know. Like, and to Luna's point, I mean, his calls were right, and a lot of guys' calls were right, and I'm never going to shake that. I don't mind being that guy. I'm never going to shake that the world is getting to a very, very different point. Very, very different. Does it mean that the cycle trades differently as of now? Nope. But I'm looking here. I like to see the look. I came to NFTs because it felt different. It was different, right? I'm always looking for that. I'm here watching for the different time actually playing out. I'm watching for it. That different thing can happen. Right now, it's not happening. I don't see it changing. There's nothing on the radar right now that makes me think, no, it is different. It's happening and it's going to change. No, we're right on track for like normal cycle playing out. The White House to hold second meeting Tuesday. Good shit. Tomorrow. Back on stablecoins. They're really making a push to get that passed, and I still don't think it's going to. But again, they're making a big push for it, so maybe. Kind of just back to the AI thing. Why I feel so good about what we're doing. and why I think we need to think about agents differently, why I think we need to look at them as companions. Again, it just information curators, and I don't want to say reports, that sounds too like transactional, but it's because a lot of what you're seeing on the timeline is completely fake about what they do. Like the Alex Finn stuff is fake. It is fake. He's a streamer at this point, right? Like he's a content guy, and he's pushing what he needs to get eyeballs. His whole thing on spending 20,000 for setting up this environment, he spent 20,000. Is it actually building him stuff that he's making money off of? I don't think so at all. I don't think he is at all. I think this is fake. I like Alex's take. He was a LARP when he did NFT stuff. I think he was. And now he's scraping Twitter for ideas, telling them to build apps. This is probably, and I would bet money that this is fake. And I like how Nate puts it. If he's wrong, then like what? He'll own it. And yeah. Okay, somebody posted this. This is interesting. Okay, you need 2 Mac Studios with an M3 Ultra to run Kimi K2.5 locally. So at 20 TPS, at that speed, you can barely run a single agent, not a swarm or an army. Kimi K2.5 costs 1.5, so $1.50 per million outputs. Even if you max out 20, it's the equivalent of $2 a day or $78 a month. You spent 20. This is all. I need to read this and dive more in, but you spent $20,000 to save $78 a month, limited to 1 agent at a time, 0 scalability, and hardware that's obsolete in 12 months. So you know what? He's not saying that this is bullshit. He's not saying this doesn't work and is a LARP. He's just saying it's a silly setup, which is fine. I think get skin in the game and learn what's silly and make it more efficient. So this doesn't sound as crazy, actually. But I do think it's LARPy. I like Patrick Amadon. Plugging a bunch of pattern marchers together to match more patterns will produce what you think it will. I think a lot of what you're seeing out there is bullshit. What is fake? I think what's fake is how productive he's being. Right? You know what I mean? I think that part's fake. What's up, Cheka? That's the part I think is kind of fake. That I'm every day spinning up new products that are making me money. And right, I think that's fake. I think he is actually doing that. I do not think they're making money. I do not think they work well. I don't think there's paying customers for these things he's doing. Now, I might be wrong. I mean, hell, we could verify all that. But I think a lot of this is fake. Again, it's good content. It's a good narrative. It gets normies who think there's something wild happening here, and there is, to a degree, but it gets them clicking. That's kind of what it is. All right, let's do Deathstir because I know a lot of people are interested. Quick check on virtuals. These still a couple weeks off, but we'll be watching. Hate. I hate this now. Hate all the fucking just token slop on virtuals. Trying to remember. Yeah, couldn't remember if I had some of this coin, that small thing. No, I wanted to see X402 guard actually looked, if that's the right one from last week, a couple days ago, like really, really looked good. Got up to like what, 5 or 6 mil? Yeah. Okay. Just was curious. Not gonna spend time on that. What else? Oh, okay. Animoca, Yatsu out in Hong Kong. There's consensus this week. I am pretty damn sure Yat will be chatting about Ethos Swarm and Animoca Minds. They've got right. He's got a whole speech on agentic Web 3. He'll be talking. He'll be talking mines. So looking forward. All right, quickly NFTs. Let's check weekly volume. Wow, 51 mil. Really bad week. Really bad. Wow. Okay, yeah, we're looking at another new like 5-year low. 51 mil. Yeah, really bad. It's the lowest we've seen in 5 years. Just brutal. Sellers were down. Yep. Hang on, let me get this right. Sellers are down, buyers are down, transactions are down, average sale price down, trade profits way down. 15 mil in the negative. Brutal week. Again, worst week in 5 years. Really, really bad. But Deathster, really, really good. Okay. At the very least, here's what I suggest. Use a mind or use ChatGPT or use something. So like my strategy was always like this. It was trying to figure out the point where I would see a 2x, right? Something like that. When a coin was sitting at like a 200K market cap, like 200K, again, this is so specific. So you're not going to be able to take any of this and just copy paste it into your strategy. But at like a 200K market cap at a 99% tax, meaning I spent $100 to get a buck worth of tokens, hitting it was like 2 or 3 mil got me to even, right? That got me to even. So then I'm like, okay, well, we need to get to like 5, 6, 8, 10 mil to then be up to get my 2x, 3x, whatever. That was like that's my starting point with things. It's calculating that. And that's how you want to calculate it. Like, again, pull up ChatGPT and just type it in, explain to it, just give it the rules. Every minute tax goes down by 1%. And then you can start figuring out and even tell it, like, where do I need to enter at what tax rate to be 2x? Like, what market cap does it need to be hit to what market cap do I need to hit to see that 2x? And you can just live keep telling it, okay, now we're at this market cap and taxes at this number. And it'll just tell you, okay, now when you hit this number, this market cap, you're going to be even. To get a 2x, you need to hit this. That's how you play it. You really got to do it with a tool. In fact, somebody needs to build a tool that does that. You could do that, I bet, in 30 minutes using, Claude Code. I bet you could. That should be pretty easy, right? But again, it's super situational. Where's the market cap? What's the tax at? Tells you where you break even. DK, what are some like examples of what you're like cooking with it? Because I believe it is a game changer. Like I'm fully on board there. I think Alex Finn just is pushing it. I think he's a little LARPy with it. But fuck yeah, I do need to get one set up. In fact, where I think mines will shine, and this is just this is hopium, right? But I have a feeling that if I get like OpenClaw set up, I can find a way to insert a mind into a workflow somewhere. And I don't mean just as like a notification system, although it would do really good there. I think you could build that through OpenClaw already, but I have a feeling I could insert a mind somewhere in that process and do something cool. Dude, I should do that this week. I should. What DK. Yeah, please do. Yeah, DK, please do. Also, DK, what is the cost? What would you say ballpark? What's the cost to get like good OpenClaw set up? Like just a good environment set up for OpenClaw. Are we talking like can you do it for $100? Like, right, you can have the virtual environment to have it live on. But what is it costing for like, for the cognition basically, right? What are you paying to actually like I feel like it's very expensive. And this is where I might be wrong. Okay. DK, are you gonna DM or is that something you're gonna send later? Okay, 200. What's up, Rarebo? 200 a month plus a Mac Mini. 200 a month. That covers all of it, and because the Mac Mini's 500, right? So if you choose to not do Mac Mini, if you go for like the virtual environment, which is what 510 a month, does that is that enough? Yeah, really. This is a great example of needing to get skin in the game. Like need skin in the game to really get it. But man, I look at guys like Zeneca who are using it too, and even like the Coffee with Captain show. Who's the guy who works for OpenSea now? What's his name? Whatever his name. What's up, Vert? So like those guys using it again, I look at their outputs, I look at the stuff it's doing for them. I'm like, like I just real like just to me when I see it, I'm like, eh, like it's not. Again, it feels more LARPy. It's not that it's not doing things; it's just not doing anything that for me worked. This is. I don't love Jonathan Mann, but he's right about this. But I can't do Kid Rock. Um, DK, I don't see if you sent a link. If you sent a link, I don't see it. You're gonna have to DM it. Is there something new? Is there a new Claudebot? Like I saw the most downloaded, you know, app tool, whatever, is a malware delivery thing. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. DKD, DM it if you could. Oh, I got you. Okay. Okay. This is all right. DK, you made this? So DK, this is yours, huh? Interesting. It's so funny, dude. You know what? Wow. What's so funny, DK, is, and especially you know, because you've been plugged into virtuals, we saw so many virtuals projects that were like AI automated trading strategy kind of things, and none of them, well, shit, maybe they worked and they just couldn't find users. But like, it's now like a sector I've almost ignored because none of them like took off. None of them never saw big wins coming from people. But DK, if you've cracked the code here, man, fucking interesting. Very interesting. So you put it to the test, like what kind of profits are you seeing? Like how like I see the numbers here and give us some numbers. Mission control. Hang on, where's that? There we go. Give us some like numbers. Give us some like starting points and then oh, this is cool. It's pretty cool, man. P&L up $1,200. Is this live? Like, is this what am I? Am I looking at your portfolio, or is this like simulated? That I was curious about that. Yeah, yeah, it's back tested then. Yeah, interesting. It's again, it's one of those things. In theory, it makes sense. Like I believe AI should outtrade people. I do, and yet, like I'm not jaded, but it's like if it were, I would hope we're hearing about it in a big way, and we're not. And maybe it's that it was early, and maybe the tech wasn't ready yet, and maybe now it is. Like maybe what DK's got here is that. This is cool as hell. So Jimmy's actually trading and he's actually making money. Okay. That's pretty fucking impressive. Well, at minimum, I'm going to stay like watching. What do you mint? Oh, you mint a bot. Okay. How much do you need to have? Like, how much do you need to fund it? Do you think to make it worth your while to be profitable? It's really impressive, DK. It's pretty cool. This is what we need. Just people that I guess have easier access to tools and building, just building, experimenting with this stuff. Someone is going to crack the code, and DK might have done it. Yeah, like what's it like? Can you throw $100 at it? I like that. I like the yeah. I just like the display. I like the visualization of it. It's really cool. DK fucking awesome, man. An AI agent running real trading bots on funded futures accounts. ICT strategies, full transparency. JWise, but I think this is where it's so I think DK's got great market knowledge, right? But the building is it's right open claw. So like what DK, do you just kind of give it your vision? You just talk to it, you feed strategies in, and it builds the bots and the interface and all this stuff out for you? Man, the vibe coding stuff's only going to get better. Just better and better and better. It's wild. It's wild. All right, I got to get out of here. Get on DK's site though. Like dive into that, check that out. Decryptlabs.io. DYOR, all that shit. Um, okay, so DK's got his own trading strategies. Explains the vision to basically OpenClaw, tells it to build that bot, the site. Did it launch a token or did you launch the token? Again, DYOR, all that. DK's a friend, so there's trust there. But like anything, just be careful. Um, wait, did you launch this on virtuals? Or is it using game or something? What's the virtuals tie-in? Oh, no token yet. So what happens if you try to buy on the site? What if you try to mint? And are you launching on virtuals? I don't know, DK. I love it. I love it, dude. It's very fucking cool. It's a test launching soon. Dude, when you get ready, let me know. Come on the show. Come talk about it, you know? It's really impressive, man. Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. All right, again, check that out. Stay, we'll see it on virtual soon. Very cool. Very cool. All right, hit the like before you get out. Again, subscribe. It's Crypto Slam over here. Follow us at Ethos Swarm on X and go create a mind and fuck around and make a friend. Just make a friend. Even you, Moonship, try to relaunch it. To come here, get started, awaken your mind, look at it like a smart companion. The more you know it, the more it knows you, and the more it does for you. And then we can tell our minds to talk to each other and connect with each other, which would be really interesting. Maybe that's the idea for our show. We all have our own minds that are talking to each other, and something. We'll figure that out. We'll see. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And goodbye. It didn't ban you. Moonship, it did not ban. Did it really ban you? Moonship, DM me on X. DM me on X. That I'm itching to know what happened. All right. We'll see you guys.